Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I'm your host Mark, and today I'm joined by Daniel and Joe.
What up, what up?
And today we're filming a very interesting subject.
What was that? Were you doing a character voice?
What up, what up, nah.
I don't know what that's.
I don't really know. I was just
You're
going
watching
for it.
that video that Chris is sending everybody.
No.
Anyway, yeah, we have a fun topic for today's Between the Studs. It's going to be sets that are set underwater. It's not actually physically underwater, but themed underwater. Yeah, so underwater themed sets are top picks from a huge variety of themes. There's a number of Lego themes that are either exclusively set underwater or feature, elements that are supposed to be under the sea in the ocean.
And we're not just doing
Under the sea.
Okay. No, stop. You can't sing more than the bar. We're not just doing all Aquazone either. We picked some wild cards here that I think are going to catch you off guard.
This is actually quite the variety of different elements.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. But like many videos we've done recently, we're picking our top 5 favorite sets. Just talking about them. I think we can probably rank them 1 to 10, and that way we can kind of get a feel for how the other hosts, appreciate or don't appreciate our sets. I know
We're ranking the other people's choices?
Yes.
Okay.
I know there's one that I picked that both
Let's
you
not do
guys
1
just
to 10.
rolled your eyes.
Let's do the scale again. What
Oh,
was the
okay.
scale we used? Green, yellow,
agree,
orange.
Mildly
or
agree,
red?
disagree, and strongly disagree.
Yeah,
So
so
it's a 1 through 4 basically.
green, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
Green, yellow, orange.
We can do that.
We had an
Red.
orange.
I think there was an
Yeah.
orange.
There's
Oh.
green.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yellow, orange, red.
We should edit all this.
I think we should leave it in. You guys are
Okay.
enjoying this.
They'll
just
figure it out. Anyway,
bumbling around.
We'll rank each other's picks, and then we'll move on. And then we may even do a compilation at the end. That's a bit of editing, but we do have a new editing guy, so we'll see if that works. Anyway, let's get started. I think I'll actually start, because I always hand that
Do
off
it.
to somebody else.
Do it.
But my first pick is actually one of my smallest sets. I think it is.
Go ahead, Mark. What you waiting on?
Well, waiting for you guys to finish your little interaction there. But no, my first set is my smallest. It's also one of the weirdest from a very weird time from Lego. But this is 4796 Ogles Mutant Squid. Did you know this is a set?
I don't know that one.
Okay, so this is a set that you kind of have to grew up with to know what it was about. But in Mission Deep Sea is Alpha Team's second wave. They were all underwater. It was interesting, but it had some problems. 2001 through 3 was a rough period for Lego. We've talked about it's Lego's Dark Age.
Oh, yeah.
Weird pieces, weird prices. Lego wasn't selling well. They're about to go bankrupt. Long story short, this is kind of a product of that, but I think it uses the pieces in a way that's really effective and really fun. So
They had some of those crazy ball joint pieces for a lot of those. They had weird mutant arms.
hinges, almost Galador-like hinges,
Yeah.
and
That's a
very
weird
different
set for
colors.
sure.
And so the Ogles Mutant Squid was one of the smallest ones. It was 56 pieces, originally retailed for $10.
Oh, nice.
A single
good
figure,
deal, yeah.
Ogle, great figure, has a chrome visor. We talked about he's a good
And he's
villain.
got the trans red hook, which is always
Yeah.
cool.
And some big trans red canopy pieces.
That's
Not something
true.
you see very often.
Very true.
So those new canopy pieces were basically used in every Alpha Team set, and those were in trans red, great color. Has those big dinosaur tails used as squid arms. Has 2 Bionicle claws as a mouth, and had cool eyes, and a trans neon green spear coming out the inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
He fits inside of it. It looks super sleek and menacing. Great little set. Steven got this and loved it to death. It was our favorite bad guy vehicle. And even if it was not underwater, it was just coming out and grabbing it. Yeah. So we had so much fun with this. $10 back then. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Now you can get it for $30, so it's still a great
It's
deal.
still not bad.
So, yeah, I love this little set, and it's kind of representative of the theme. I think Daniel will talk about more from that theme in just a minute, but yeah, really enjoyed the one. What do you guys rank that one? I mean, you didn't even know about it, so what's
No,
your
I
feelings
didn't.
on it now, Joe?
I looked it up and I've seen it before. I just didn't recognize the name.
Mhm.
I mean, it's almost a green just on the name,
Yeah,
but-
Mutant Squid, Ogles Mutant
it's
Squid.
not a bad set. It's just it's not too crazy.
It's not majestic. It's
I'd
not
say,
giant.
I don't
but
want to say it's a green, but it's a yellow.
Solid yellow.
It's not bad. It's
That's
a good set.
There you go. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'll give that one a yellow as
Mhm.
well. There were definitely some other even wackier mutant ones, but I
Yep.
think there were also some better sets within
Yeah.
that same wave.
I wish that the set designers had leaned a little bit more into the scary mutant monsters, because we really never see that from
Yeah.
Lego. So
Yeah, they were good-looking animals, but when you use a lot of those like squid tentacles and those wacky bionicle claw pieces,
Mhm.
it doesn't look very Lego-y, and then there's not like a lot of attachment points for other like customization or things.
Yeah, there
It
weren't
kind of
clip
gives it a
attachments
weird-
back then. Yeah,
a weird look.
So
I was going to start with a smaller one, but I can't pass up this transition, so I'm going to go with the 4795 Ogles Underwater Base. This was a really crazy one. It had some
Ogle.
the plastic film panels to sort of make up the windows of this almost flying saucer shaped
with a stand. Yeah,
underwater base. Yeah, that inspired some other underwater sets I'll talk about that came in the years following. And then there was also a good guy sub. So same thing. You had the kind of good guy bad guy conflict within the same set without having to buy multiple sets. It was actually, the title was Ogle Underwater Base and the AT sub. I'm not sure what that's. I guess Alpha Team.
Alpha Team probably.
Is the
Yeah.
acronym. Yeah. So this was also 2002. Oh man, I forgot to write down retail prices. Oh well.
This would have been like a $80 to $100 set back then, I
probably.
think. So.
Bad research.
If you wanted one new nowadays, it's actually still also pretty relatively affordable. There's some for like as low as $150.
So a
If
few
you want
dollars
a used
more.
one, there's some for like $65. So I
wow.
think some of those later waves of Alpha Team are maybe not as beloved.
It was a rough time for
fond
Lego.
retrospect.
So
yeah.
first wave Alpha Team got a little nostalgia. Third wave Alpha Team I think was actually the best.
Yeah.
The second one is like slept on. It's just under the waves. Nobody's seen it. Yeah,
Sleeping with the fishes.
so- exactly.
That's funny because it's underwater.
Oh, I get it now.
See, it's funny because this is an underwater episode.
Speaking of underwater, Joe, what's
Thank
your
you.
first underwater set?
I'm gonna go away from Alpha Team because I picked
Oh, thank you. Okay.
nothing from Alpha Team.
That's good. Okay.
My first one I wrote down was the first thing I thought of when you mentioned this because I like the Aqua Raider 2 line.
Mhm.
Those are really cool sets in my opinion, and we've done a few on the Joy building when I still did that with Steven.
Yep.
And one of the ones we didn't do that I wanted to do was the Aqua Base Invasion.
Yes,
Just a
I almost
big-
picked this one. This
It's
is
that
great.
big one. It just looks great.
Mhm.
It's a nice looking set, and what really stands out about it is just such a good price still.
Yeah.
I remember we put that one out, and it was like certified pre-owned, and I think it was like $150, and I
Yep.
was like, "That's
Well,
it."
I think it's a set that kind of slipped through the cracks for a lot
Yeah.
of people. All of
Sank to
Aqua
the
Raiders
depths,
too. I would say, Mark, you're really just piling them on. I would say they were after the more older '90s ones, but kind of before Atlantis and the more fantasy underwater.
2007 is
took
when these were
over.
released.
These were a blip on
They
the
were
radar.
coming out in my childhood, but I was not of an age where I was getting a lot of these bigger sets yet.
Mhm.
Yeah,
so I
fair
think they
enough.
just kind of slipped through the cracks.
One of my
for a lot
favorite things
people.
is I love the Aqua Raiders box art.
Yeah,
that
it's
nice teal color, and they're just they're appealing sets.
Another great
Yeah.
squid.
But
that one's
yeah,
cool.
exactly. The big mutant creatures are cool, and then I really like their outfits with the blue,
Black and blue outfits.
and then you got that yellow and blue with all the.
This was one of the
translucent
ones that I
pieces.
was going to say was maybe potentially inspired by that Ogles base. Again, you've got this kind of round
Yeah.
saucer shape with these big curved windows.
Physically
Um,
executed with pieces, though, I think
With
this is a better
pieces,
build.
yeah,
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 definitely.
And then I'll go ahead and throw it in here also, since it's one of my honorable mentions, was the Atlantis Explorers
Yeah, yeah.
HQ, which was the one that was, again, kind of a angled base like this, but that one actually folded up into like a submarine that could
which was nice.
take off as a vehicle.
But this retailed for only $70 retail.
That's great.
Again, 2007, so not crazy. 811 parts, but it's only maybe doubled in price, so it
Yeah.
really hasn't gone up too much. So it's still pretty affordable. I mean, even new sealed,
It's a
you
big
can get
set.
it from like 150 to 200. So
Yeah, that is a phenomenal set, Joe. I think that's actually a green for me, just
Yeah.
because I was this close to picking it. And yeah, great squid. The video games, the Flash games on Lego.com during that time were the bomb. You
Nice.
could go around with these little
Yeah.
submarines. Oh my goodness, I love this
That
theme.
was probably like Junkbot era.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Of Lego.com Flash games.
Now, I didn't own this one, but I owned a couple smaller sets from this line. I was poor at this time.
yeah, I really like this the whole wave. Actually, you've got the shark ones and all the other different creatures.
Yeah,
that was the fun part about Aqua Raiders too.
And they brought that back
Yeah.
with Atlantis. Again,
Yeah.
these big mutant crazy
Creatures, which is
yeah.
why I like these underwater sets. So this is actually something that I would collect if I had more space. Was like Aqua Raiders and Atlantis. They're good. They're good waves.
Yeah, when you dig out that Lego basement, that's the first thing.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna
Atlantis
just dig a hole.
took it in a little bit more of like an almost
Fantasy
I don't know, kind
direction.
of Lovecrafty and like Eldritch, like they had these runes and like
Steampunky
symbols,
and,
like
yeah.
ancient things from the dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little more mythical.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, great set, Joe. I'll start with my second one, I suppose. This one is a big departure from everything we've talked about. This is set number 8922, Gadunka. And this is part of the Mahri Nui line from Bionicle, so it would have been in 2007, same time period as Joe's last set. Gadunka is quite the Bionicle Titan.
Joe, how was your weekend? Did you have a good...
You guys want to
No,
listen?
it's pretty good.
Do you want to do anything after work?
Yeah, we could hang out and not talk about Gadunka.
Anyway,
Sorry, were you saying something?
So I know you guys aren't big Bionicle fans by any stretch of the imagination.
Underwater theme.
So this is underwater. He is exclusively underwater. He's a mutated creature that lives in the depths. He shoots squids at his enemies. He's very underwater.
There were a lot of them that had the squid
I'm
launchers.
looking at the
Those were
box
pretty
art, and it looks like he's making some underwater bubbles.
He's making bubbles, yeah. So Gadunka's cool because he was $20 back then.
What?
And
that's
he was 176 pieces. He could fit every other Bionicle from that time and any time in his mouth and eat them for breakfast.
Have you fact-checked this yourself?
You've done I've played with him.
Okay.
He can fit a Toa right in his mouth and just chew him up. He's the coolest monster ever.
I'm not going to argue.
So
he
has a bit of a cult following in the Bionicle community. He has many exclusive pieces, including at first that's a very nice use of those jaw pieces. But he also has that huge armored piece, glow in the dark trans blue.
Cool. I love the
a lot of the
Paraka
had those crazy glow in the dark trans.
Yeah.
So even if you don't like Bionicle, those pieces for mock building are exceptional. So I am on the hunt for a built Gadunka. Garrett is working very hard to complete one. Eventually, I'll be able to show you guys the awesomeness of Gadunka.
Sweet.
Anyway, now he's worth. He is actually going to pull out. So $20 retail. You'll be lucky to find him for 100 to 200
you
range.
find a sealed one, it's about 200.
Yeah.
Which is a 10. I mean, that's 10 times the retail price.
Yeah.
That's a huge increase.
Phenomenal investment there that we all missed. But yeah, great set. What do you guys think as far as ranking? This is a mixed bag for you guys. But
Why don't you go first, Joe?
I was waiting for you to go.
Why don't you go ahead?
You don't like Gadunka?
I
Come
know,
on.
so I do. It's
I just want to see what he rates it before I decide how harsh I'm going to be.
Daniel is always the harsh one in these, which is quite entertaining. But I like Gadunka. He is cool.
For what he is, he's cool.
But it's like definitely not what I would have thought if we were doing an underwater set video.
He's exclusively underwater.
He is, but
this is underwater Bionicle theme.
I'll be nice and give it a red. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give it a yellow.
Okay, better than average. That's good. Thank you.
It's a good set. I just don't like that it's underwater.
You guys need to expand your horizons a little bit.
I'm gonna go with.
I think I'm gonna dip lower into the ocean.
Diplo? What? I'm gonna go with
Diplo.
orange. I'm gonna go with orange.
Okay,
I could have
You
gone with
could have
red.
gone straight red right
I'm gonna go with orange because you brought up the fact that there were some of those crazy parts, like the glow in the dark,
parts.
the glow in the dark transparent parts, which I did. Garrett was showing me some on the other Paraka and stuff recently, which is pretty cool for mock building. And stuff.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, well, okay.
From a parts standpoint,
Maybe the Bionicle fans will cheer me on in the chat for representing the theme amongst all this opposition.
All 5 of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna antagonize the community as a whole. I'm just gonna antagonize Mark's choices.
Alright. Well, Daniel, you want to bring up your next set here?
Yeah,
It
all right.
can definitely be better than that.
Do we want to do a whole oddball round? That was definitely an oddball.
That's an
round.
oddball,
All right,
yeah,
I'm gonna go with my wild card. I'm doing set 4762, Rescue from the Mer People from Harry Potter. This is not the recent remake, the Black Lake Tournament. This is the original one. Also, I want to update. The Ogle Underwater is only $50 retail value.
Okay.
$50. The retail under gravy. Rescue from the Mer People came out in 2005, so this was like prime time for my childhood. So I did get this one. I did get this one probably for a Christmas gift. $20 retail price.
Such a good deal.
Nice.
The minifigures were great. The mermaid was exclusive. The Ron and Hermione were kind of wacky. They had those. They were weird, like sleeping,
kind of creepy,
alternate face.
Weird faces.
The shark head. Logan just pointed out we got one of those Victor Crumbs with the shark head, and the shark head by itself is like $30.
It's pretty cool.
If you want to pick one of these up new, it's going to run you at least $250.
Wow.
Used it'd be over $150.
That's tough.
Wow, that's incredible.
So. I remember for some reason or another I had an extra copy of this set sealed new, and I traded it in the first time I came down.
I remember that because he had all this
like
random stuff he traded and. I was like, man, that's a good set. I remember pricing it.
My mom just probably accidentally bought 2 of them.
Yeah. Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to Mom VA. That's right.
Yep.
But yeah, so you get the exclusive Mer person, you get the exclusive the Victor Crumb shark
And the
head,
Harry.
and the Harry, which
With
had the gills and
There
the
were a few
flippers,
cool
which was
colors and pieces. In
Oh
this
yeah,
game.
oh yeah.
a lot of cool colors and pieces. Yeah, you had that big archway in dark green. A surprising number of play features for how small of a set it was. There was a little, I guess it was supposed to be a lobster, but it was a scorpion piece, and there was a crab piece. Some chrome daggers. So
Yeah,
some
chrome.
good parts overall. There's a little jellyfish piece that was in
Yeah.
kind of a cool color. So some
Great
interesting stuff. It's clearly well liked by the fans, considering how much that's gone up.
Yeah.
And they remade this set kind of in the same
recently,
style.
yeah.
And they
but
remade
in
it,
the
which I would say was overdue. I like that they did
Yeah.
it with the
top
above
of
water
it, yeah.
portion as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid green for me. I just some fun figures, fun pieces, chrome daggers,
Yeah.
collectability. It's
I
great.
think there was an octopus in it too.
Maybe.
I
Probably.
don't remember if it was black or dark red.
Be
though.
easy to throw
I
a
think
sea
if
creature.
it had one, it was black.
There were a lot of
But
some of the
I
top pieces.
also would say green on this, not only because it's a great set, but the remake is one I got recently and built it, and it's so nice to build that and be like, man, this is nice. Looking at the old one isn't like, oh man, I'm so glad they redid this because the old one was crap. It's
Holds
like
up great.
they redid it, which is great because the old one is stupid expensive because it's cool.
Yeah.
So
And the way you can stack it on top
It
is,
looks
is
great
nice.
that way.
Takes up less
yeah,
space.
and they redid the shark head and stuff, which is really neat.
The new
but
mermaid looks fantastic too.
The mermaid is definitely the highlight of that one. She looks great, and then the little pixie as well.
The what?
No, you're right. It's not a pixie.
This is
isn't it?
Harry Potter trivia time. Mark, you want to venture a
Is
guess?
it
Does it
Cornish
start with an
pixie?
N?
No,
No,
no.
the Cornish pixie
Starts
is the
with a
blue
G.
one.
Hmm.
Gnuffle.
No, Grindylow.
Oh yeah, that's what I was
Grindylow.
thinking.
That's It was right on the tip of my
They're
tongue,
like
that
these
one.
little things that look like they kind of look like the alien baby from Men in Black with like the squid tentacles. It's like all slimy.
I mean, I could pretend to know, but I still haven't seen Men
Men in Black. Oh, Joe.
I
come
know.
on.
I
All right.
Write that down.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, yeah, okay. MIB.
Put that on the. Add that to the list.
Joe's ever-growing list of movies you've
Yeah,
never seen.
it's very long.
All right, what do you got? Go with your
What's your
second
set, Joe?
All right. I think the most oddball of mine is the Gungan Sub.
Yes!
one. Nice.
So
That's good.
I was trying to think of
That's
another
good.
one, and I was like, I'm just going to search up Sub and see what pops up, and that was one of the first
yeah,
ones. I was like, oh,
I
yeah.
saw you looking at Marvel and some
I was
other-
like, there's got to be something random
more
out there that's
unconventional things.
underwater. And Gungan Sub is underwater. I mean, they go deep underwater to an underwater
to
city.
the planet core.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and now,
Gunga City.
that's
Yeah.
one like set that we've never gotten that I would love is the city set.
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be really
yeah.
cool. But the Gungan Sub is an underwater vehicle.
Did you see that? I think.
Yes.
I can't
The
remember
old
his name.
style
Is the Brick
one?
Stop.
The one that's the old style
maybe,
one? Is that
Who's
what you're
doing all
talking
the
about?
classic style
That
ones
looks
on
so
Instagram? Yeah.
freaking sick.
I'll
would
see if I
love
can
that
track
set.
down that photo and show you guys. That's
Yeah.
an amazing digital mod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Showing what it would look like.
recreating a bunch of things that they never made as sets or something,
Yeah.
but in the like classic
Classic.
90s style.
And it looks so good. But anyway, I just think this was the oddball one to grab because it is a pretty good set. It has the Queen Amidala figure that is stupid expensive and stupid cool.
How much is she by herself
She's
now?
$350, I think.
That's
Like,
insane.
it's
So
ridiculous.
the
The set's
the
like
copy of the set
the
would be
set
way more than
now
that.
is like $450 sealed.
But most of it's
Most of that's her.
yeah.
The other figs are good, like the Qui-Gon Obi and Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
I can't say
He's
good,
going up.
but
He's going up
He's like
in value.
$20 on his own or something.
Mhm.
So it's a good set. I think it is actually pretty solid of a build, but the figs are really what makes it cool. But it's underwater, so I don't know what else to say. It's Star Wars and it's underwater, so I snuck it in here. Original retail on this set, which is $9,499, it was $70.
That's a great deal.
So that was a good one. And I mean the parts I don't know. I don't have it written down, but it was pretty close to the right price.
A couple hundred pieces, yeah.
But yeah, $450 now is a lot of increase on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
Star Wars. Well, I mean that's just what
It
happens.
is the Brick Stop. Yeah. Look, he did a whole bunch of them. He did Watto's.
Yeah, he's done
Watto's
some really
house.
cool ones.
He did a Camino
I
one.
definitely
He
think
did a
that's
Droid
the one that
Factory
stuck out
one.
the most to me.
Yeah, with those big clear.
That's got to be my
bubble
favorite from
pieces.
his, too.
Yeah, it just looks
And the
so
Stingrays.
cool. I would love that.
Yeah, they totally should have made more of these as sets.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, but I hate to be the most positive person in the room, but that's also a green for me. I think anything
Stop being so nice!
anything Gungan gets a green for me.
Oh, my
I'm just,
word.
I'm a friend of Gungan's,
Uh-huh.
so yeah, it's fantastic.
He was a big Gungan
I
guy.
think it. I want to be harsh. It has a lot of redeeming qualities, like the minifigs, and well, mostly the minifig.
Yeah.
But the set, because I easily could have purchased this when it was on shelves, and I didn't, because the set itself was, the
Fair
sub
enough.
itself was just all right, and the rest of the figs were fine.
Yeah.
You're missing the point, though.
I know. I think the reason most of the people bought the set
Was for
when
the
it came
fig.
out was for that fig,
Yeah.
and I was not as big into collecting figs at
Yeah.
that time, so it was an easy pass for me back then.
But
So-
now.
Well, yeah, but I think ranking it as a set, we're not
No,
ranking the
no,
minifig.
you're right.
So ranking it the set as a whole, I'm going to go with a solid yellow.
Okay, solid yellow is good.
Yeah.
So,
At least it's not like a mid yellow.
No,
yeah, mid yellow.
a strong yellow.
Strong yellow. That sounds
The yellow
weird.
is strong with this one.
Moving on. Moving on. So,
Who's a bad boy?
okay.
This is great Foley work here.
Yeah, this is going to be weird for a podcast listener.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. We
So
apologize.
my next set, there's no connection, I don't think, other than, there's no connection at all. Anyway, we're gonna move into the Minecraft universe. This is
What?
set
You picked more oddballs than we did.
2180. I got the weirdest sets this time.
You might be
y'all.
the only one with a 5-digit set number on here.
Probably.
no,
Gungan Sub,
I've
5
got
digits?
one.
The Guardian Battle from
Oh, yeah.
2022. This is still available on Lego.com.
That was another one I had.
The original retail is $24.99. It's still $24.99 on Lego.com.
Well, there you go.
And
It's a good set.
there's
I'll give you this
251
It is.
pieces. Has one figure, but it has two of those Guardian spike balls with tails, and it's an awesome little build. It has an archway. Has 3 axolotls in 3 different colors. Great
That's cool.
accessories. At $25, this is a fantastic little ocean set. Reminds me of all the ocean exploring I did in Minecraft. And it's a fantastic set. Great deal for parts. I like the underwater themed Minecraft sets a lot more than even the normal Minecraft sets. I think it's a really great representation of that part of the video game. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this, especially given we tend to talk about old sets. How do you feel about a new set in here?
This caught me off guard and it surprised me, but I'm going to give this a green because
Yeah!
this is one of the only Minecraft sets I have ever bought.
Exactly.
New.
I'm gonna have to
Because
pick
it was cheap, it was easy to pick up, it had a lot of cool creatures. Even the minifigure was cool in this. It's
Yeah,
wearing like
it's
this
actually pretty
cool like
neat.
diving suit, with the old-fashioned like bell helmet.
There's a little squid there too. It's fun.
The glow squid is fantastic. It's got some nice parts in it too. It was one of the first sets to come with those new 1x1 by 2/3 bricks or plates, whatever
Like
you want to
tile.
call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought this new, and it's mostly because a lot of the Minecraft sets that I would have bought came out before I really got into Minecraft. So like the more classic structures, like the jungle temple and the
All the
undersea
stupid
temple and
expensive
stuff,
stuff, yeah.
are now wildly expensive. But they're not releasing those anymore. They're doing more made up stuff.
Yeah, they're doing their own things.
But this is a great one. Yeah, solid green for me.
Yes.
I could care less about this set. It's not a bad set. I just don't care about Minecraft sets at all.
I'm not usually a giant Minecraft fan, but these in particular speak to me more than
The
others.
axolotls.
So, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
cute.
which is fine. I mean, the axolotls are cool, and it's really cool that you get 3. I do love the trident piece too. I like
Great
that
little
they're
trident.
including that a lot
He's
more.
got the clear neck bracket piece on, and then there's these
Yeah.
clear clips, so you can actually have the axolotls like they're swimming.
They're hanging
swimming
out
around.
right beside them. Yeah.
They're his guardians.
So I'll be nice. I do like the parts for it, and give it a yellow.
The Guardians
Yeah.
themselves have been done several times.
Yeah, they're
There's
not
nothing really
crazy,
there.
but I also
Great little
like
build.
any sand colors. So there's a lot of sand green.
Yeah,
You said yellow for this one.
Yeah, give it a yellow.
Yellow.
Okay,
Yellow.
fair enough.
Thanks, guys. That was probably my most highly ranked set so far. I like it. Okay,
There you
so
go, there you go.
Daniel, what's your next pick?
Gosh, let's go with. I don't know what I want to do next. Let's do this one. Let's jump back in time a fair bit to 2007, and I'm gonna go with the only Atlantis. No, sorry, not Atlantis. The only Aqua Raiders 2 set that I went with. And for once, for me, this is unusual. I did not pick the largest set from the theme. You did that
It's
one.
so easy to do.
It really is, and that's a cool one. But I actually went with the Shipwreck set 7776. This one just has a really cool looking submarine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like this one a lot.
It's kind of an overplayed thing now with Lego to do like a shipwreck. They've done it a lot in city sets, having just kind of the ribs of the ship. But this was, I think, one of the first ones to do that. Maybe because those larger curved pieces were new at the time. I'm not sure, but this one was really cool. It was also probably one of the last sets to feature. Let me fact check this. I'm pretty sure this one had magnets as well.
That's pretty fun.
Yes, it did. It did have magnets.
Okay, there was
I
like a
remember
safe.
that. It
Okay.
does have magnets.
But a cool looking, like safe for treasure, and the
Yep.
submarine was really cool. It had some, I think it was mostly stickers, but they were
Uh-huh.
cool cool patterns on there for sure. So this one retailed for $50 in the U.S. If you wanted a new one, it could get you. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Yep.
Right.
I was like,
Sorry,
that sounds really high.
$25 retail price.
That makes more sense.
If you want a new one, it would be $150. A used one would be about $65.
Yeah, that
so it hasn't
sounds
gone up
a lot more.
crazy amount.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
still pretty good.
A fine play set. This was one I did not get, but probably had on my Christmas list one of those years
Yeah, fair
in
enough.
2007.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about that one?
Excellent set. This one, I think, stands out as one of the nicer sets from even a very nice line.
Mhm.
I don't think this one featured as many giant creatures, if I'm picturing it
I
the
don't
same.
think so.
It was mostly
I
about that
don't know.
shipwreck.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a different focus for this kind of monster-heavy theme, and I kind of like that. But,
Yeah, this one was a little more exploratory.
There might have been like an
treasure-
anglerfish or something
Treasure
after.
recovery, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it as much as I can. But $25, great deal, great stuff. So I'm going to give it a very strong yellow. Because this isn't one that I would go out and like seek out, but it is something that I'd say, that's a
Fair.
good set. So, yeah. What do you think, Joe?
I like this one. I'll give it a green because I was looking at this one too as an option. I think it looks cool. I really like shipwrecks in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So I
yeah, it
thought it was a
definitely
good
did
set.
have the magnet.
Yep.
The shipwreck was cool.
And
It
then
had
the crown.
it was like
Yeah.
a king, that's right.
Yep.
So
That's right.
I'd give it a solid green. It's
No
it's a good
creatures
set.
though, just some snakes and some crabs.
Yeah, but snakes are cool.
But actually, maybe these were printed parts because I don't think they usually put stickers on that.
It's a great looking sub, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great set. What's your next one, Joe?
I'll might as well get the random ones out of the way. I'm gonna go with my only 5-digit set number.
Oh.
71756, the Hydra Bounty from 2021.
I'm glad you picked this one.
Yeah, at first I was like, I don't know, but then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, why not? This is a great set, actually. I was debating between this one and the Temple of the Endless Sea, which is also a good set, and I've
Yes.
built that one before.
Yes.
But the Hydra Bounty, I think, is a better underwater set. It's a really good looking sub, or bounty.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like this long.
It's like a foot and a half
And
long.
for you guys
Yeah.
listening,
It's a big
it's
one.
this long.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like almost 2 feet long. Yeah.
No,
that's
it's a very nice set. I love that it's done in white as opposed to the dark red and stuff we've gotten for the other bounties. They just did it completely different. The figs are great, and then the bad guy, I forget his name now, but you own him.
Yeah,
He's that
the
cool.
Kraken
That's Squid.
guy. Yeah, the purple Kraken guy.
Oh, yeah.
Calamar.
Calamar.
Yeah.
General Calamar.
He comes with that like little chariot thing to chase them in, and I was like, that's a really cool piece. So I think
Was
this
it
is
pulled by something? Like
yeah,
seahorses or something?
It's pulled by something, and I want to say
There was a fair bit of modularity in this set as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think there were some little mini subs that kind of came off.
yeah,
and
it's
there was
it's that cool stingray.
A
That's
stingray,
pulling it.
that's
Yeah,
right,
it's
that's
a
right.
really cool color stingray.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some subs that were like training things that they drop out from the bottom, so they can.
the big like
swim.
hatch thing in the middle, I think, is one of the coolest features.
Yeah,
You've got
'cause
these
it's
sort of
clear.
curved
Yeah,
glass panels implying that
then
there's
you've got that plastic piece in the back,
Yeah, the plastic piece is not as exciting. That looks more like it should be on a
a sailboat.
yeah,
Yeah.
than on a submarine.
I don't know. I think this is a good set, and I never picked this one up because the retail, in my opinion, was a little high. It was $140
Yeah.
for 1,091 parts. Not the best, in my opinion. Good looking, but we also don't see a lot of this wave of Ninjago come through the
You
store.
really don't. Yeah.
Like, except maybe the Water Dragon. We don't see a lot of these. If we ever got a Hydro Bounty and built, I might think about picking it up.
I've never seen one.
But
We've
it
gotten
hasn't
the
gone up
temple,
too
right?
much. It goes for around 200 now sealed. So
Yeah.
I think it's retired now at this point.
It's gone up a little bit.
But good set, comes with lots of minifigs. I think it's a good underwater set.
I think that's why the price was high.
Yeah, lots of minifigs.
Yeah.
I got to rank this one a green. One of the things that stands out for me is those cool custom, windshields that they made for these sets, and it has that gold trim. Super cool looking. It's cool to see like Ninjago's benefits from these really cool Ninjago specific pieces that they
Yeah.
make just for these cool vehicles and machines and mechs and wings and stuff. So I love it. Yeah, green. Yeah.
You're gonna get mad at me because I had this on my list briefly, but
And
I'm
you're
just
not gonna
I'm gonna
green
give it
it.
a yellow.
You're such a Ninjago hater. If it
it's-
was anything else, you would have greened it. If
Yeah,
it was
probably.
any other thing.
But that's because if it was anything else, I probably would have bought it too. I didn't buy this set.
That's right. I didn't buy this
Mostly
one.
because of the
Ninjago.
price
Yeah.
and just because I just think a lot of things don't need to be Ninjago. They could have done underwater.
Yep.
That wasn't Ninjago, but they didn't. They haven't done underwater.
Sorry, folks.
Since,
Daniel's a Ninjago.
Since
hater.
what? Atlantis?
Yeah.
Besides, not counting
City
the city.
stuff,
I'm not counting that. I don't think any of us picked a single city
No,
set.
there are
There's
some
way
good
too many
ones,
better. Or Town Divers was another one I was
Yeah.
looking at, but there's just nothing really
Not that cool.
great. A lot of those were just on tan base plates with a bunch of rocks
Yeah.
and kelp and stuff stuck on it.
Some printed fish on them for detail. Yeah.
Okay, so I will say, I had said earlier that I thought the Shipwreck was maybe one of those first ones to do that. I think some of the Town Diver sets did actually have
okay.
shipwrecks using the,
Fact
just kind
check,
of
yeah.
looking like the ribs of the ship.
So green and yellow on the submarine there.
Daniel
Ninjago
hates
getting a
Ninjago.
little dent in its armor. Oh well. Now for another.
It's an opinion, all right.
Let's take another hard left into the weird corner with me. We'll go back to
You're always in the weird
1990.
corner.
You didn't come out of the weird corner.
Go sit in the corner, Mark.
Back in 1998, this amazing set came out. It's 6198, the Stingray Stormer.
Oh, that's not the one I thought you were
No,
going
it's
with.
not.
Okay.
No.
But still.
We have still weirder sets to arrive at, but this is set number. So it has
You're
300.
saving for last.
This is the largest set I picked. 384 pieces. It originally retailed for $70. Now it's worth anywhere from 150 to 200. So it has gone up a little bit. Yeah, it's huge. It's a gigantic Stingray with gigantic transparent neon green quarter panel pieces that are printed. Has chrome. It has chrome weapons for the unique mutated looking Stingray warriors. This is a huge, awesome set. I love it. The box art's awesome. It's kind of the last dying gasp of the old Aquazone era. This is one of the last sets. Them and Hydronauts, I think, were the last of the original Aquazone sets. And I enjoyed it a lot. I know this is not as popular. This kind of falls into the insectoids uncanny valley for a lot of people, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I like this set. I'm actually really tempted to buy the one we have here for sale for $200.
I would highly recommend you do.
Yeah, you want to get rid of it. Okay. What's your thoughts on this one, Joe? This is the one you guys were both rolling your eyes at.
So, it's... At first, I want to say it's not a bad set, but it is very chaotic. It just is... It's, flat, and then they put everything possible just all over the top of it.
Tubes and vehicles.
It's extremely chaotic, and one of the weirdest parts is there's a red bush that's just there.
Mm-hmm.
They just put the red bush.
A lot of the underwater themes have
Which
landscaping.
loose bushes.
I like it,
and
but
squids or
I don't know
stingrays.
why it's just a bush.
Every set from that line had a bush.
If I'm not a bush, I'm not no one.
So I don't know. I don't love the look of this set. It's just not that cool. If stingrays are cool too.
Chaotic
Yeah.
is a good way to put it.
It is just all over the place. So I'd give this a really solid orange.
A really solid orange?
I'll be nice.
Oh, well, it's better than red. All right, what do you guys Daniel?
It's not a good color scheme.
It's an awesome color scheme. Red and green are complementary
They had these
colors.
cool printed parts, but they're just sort of slapped on there.
Oh.
It's very much Stingrays and Hydronauts are very much the UFO and insectoids of underwater.
Yeah, nothing wrong with UFO.
I like UFO.
Okay.
Insectoids is I don't care for insectoids
I'm not a fan
very
of
much.
insectoids.
UFO is okay.
Uh-huh.
But Stingrays doesn't hit it for me. They were probably the same year, within a year or two of each
Yeah,
other.
they're a year apart,
They're
yeah.
using a lot of the same pieces, those big saucer pieces. Stingrays just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why it gets me so heated, but I just really hate Stingrays and Hydronauts. I don't know. Their face prints were nightmare fuel on the minifigures.
They're creepy looking. They got these weird red eyes. Yeah.
There were some good parts that came out of it, like this. I think the suction cut piece was Hydronauts, maybe.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I don't like anything about Stingrays. I'm gonna give you a very, very dark orange,
Dark orange.
maybe a slightly orangish red.
Oh, on the board.
I know I'm breaking the scale, but
Yeah, it's okay.
if I have to pick one, I guess it's orange.
Oh.
I will give you. Now, you know what? I will give you red.
Yeah!
I always vie for using the full breadth of the scale, and there's no point in having the red ranking if I'm not going to use it.
That's
So
what
I'm
I'm
giving this a
saying.
red. I
it.
hate stingrays.
Yes!
I will die on that hill.
Oh.
Yes!
You will die in that murky
On
water.
that sandbar.
Yeah.
How about that? Is that better?
On that reef.
down the stingray.
Oh wow! Well, thank you guys for your honest opinions.
You can always count on me for honesty, Mark.
I'm hoping that someone in the comments is here to defend me in the Stingrays.
It's not going to be the space guys.
Nope,
No.
they're
Sure
just
that.
gonna agree.
The Zoom isn't going to help you on this
I
one.
gotta find more friends who like weird Lego like I do. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, I like weird Lego, just
All right.
not. Not that one.
Not that.
So Daniel, what's your second to last set?
Yeah, I know. I better cook up something good to come back.
Something
to
good.
I'll,
We can
do,
all
I'll do
break.
another classic one. I'll do an older one from 1996. We've got set 6190 Shark's Crystal Cave. So this was the biggest one from the Aqua Sharks line.
Yep.
One that is actually one of my favorites out of the classic underwater sub themes, but one that didn't necessarily have the best sets. I think they could have done a lot more with it. A lot of them were very similar looking and used the same printed kind of shark head canopy and the tailpiece. The build just sort of scaled up or down. They pretty much all looked the same. There was like a small one and like a mid-sized one and a big one.
I almost picked that small one, but you were like doing
The
this one, so I was
mid-sized
like,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
that's fine then.
So anyway, this was the biggest one from that. Came with the crater plate. Probably one of the last uses of the crater plate because they printed on it with the blue.
I really
I
like
think for
that.
sure the last use of the grid plate.
Yeah, in '96. Retailed for only $50, so pretty cheap for the biggest set in a wave. But that's because there's not really much to it. I mean, it's mostly the ship. The base plate doesn't really have a ton on it. I just really love Aquanauts for the color scheme and
I
the kind
agree
of
with that. I love the
generic
orange and blue.
bad guy look. Yeah, you get that bright trans neon orange, but then the blue and the black is a very kind of dark, low contrast color scheme.
Riding on Ice Planet's
A fantastic
concept there, but it's still good. So,
Yeah, a great faction. So that's the one I'm going with for this. If you wanted to pick one up nowadays, this one would. If you wanted it new, it's like $450 on Bricklink, so way expensive new. But if you wanted a used one, you can get it for about $100, which is on par for stuff from 1996 from that size.
Yeah, this is a really good set. It's I think it holds up for most LEGO fans better than things like Stingrays. I used to like Stingrays, but this also, I think this is more iconic. I've seen some mocks made in this theme that are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So it has a cool look with the shark, and that kind of embodies that, menacing, interesting concept. So yeah, I gotta go green on this one. So.
Yeah, definitely a green since I almost picked a smaller version of it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, and I do love that base plate. I love the Moon Crater base plate, so the ones that are printed like that are really cool as well.
They probably had some extras and were like, well, let's just...
Yeah, it's like, let's put that blue...
They did modify it at some point, because there's the classic space ones, I think, don't have any studs in the actual craters, and then by this point they did have studs in them. So at some point they changed that over. I don't know if it was during Classic Space or
I have no idea.
the time in between.
We'd have to ask our Classic Space friends.
Yeah, I think they're listed on there as two different ones.
All right. Well, good set, Daniel. What's the next one you want to bring up, Joe? Let's keep the good streak going.
All right, I got two left.
The streak of one? Because it sure wasn't. It sure wasn't a streak from yours.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go
red
with one.
streak, maybe.
I'm gonna go with one that has a very similar set number. It's the only difference is instead of 0 at the end of it, it's 5. So
That was a weak
6195.
Holy cow!
I didn't have anything. I was trying to remember if it
How
was.
about the opponent of this set would have been...
I guess
There
it's
you go.
Aquanauts
A warring
against.
faction.
They're against Aqua
Another
Sharks.
classic theme.
This is a really good one. Another big set again. Same thing. This one actually looks like the set that would inspire the Aqua Base invasion that we talked about earlier.
This is your classic yellow underwater.
Yeah,
color scheme.
I really like this set. I'm pretty sure I was with Steven when he built this on the Joy of Building. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this build. Anyway, this is a great set. Where is it? Yes. 1995 was when this one was released, so the oldest set I think I've done so far. Yeah, definitely the oldest one I've done so far. I think this is the only classic one I have.
Well, they weren't really doing a lot of underwater stuff.
Yeah.
This was their
That was
the
pretty
golden
much when
era.
it started. That's about as old as it gets.
So I really like this set.
95,
You get a
96.
super cool sub, which I think looks great. You get obviously the whole
Base.
Discovery Lab with those huge. I love that part, which is that huge big canopy that we only get in blue and.
Green and a few other colors.
The bigger
Is there
size
one in
canopy,
orange?
the
There's
10 by
orange,
10?
orange, yellow, and I don't think there's neon green. So.
No,
You're talking about the big
yes.
bubble canopy?
Oh, the bubble Oh, the
Oh
360.
no, not that. No, I'm talking about. Or are those just the doors? It's been a while since
What are
I've
you
seen
looking
this.
There's doors.
Oh, those are the doors. I think that's the only color
I
the
think-
doors came.
I think
those
you're right,
giant
actually.
doors.
They might have
I
come in
was
trans green,
looking at
too.
it wrong, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
think
those
you're right.
big,
in the
those
Hydronauts.
big doors that are translucent blue that are really cool. I don't remember if it has the domes on the back though. That's what I was thinking of, and I don't think it does.
The
I think I was
quarter-
thinking
the
of something.
quarter.
else.
Suffice to say, this has some large,
Yeah.
amazing transparent pieces.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I also like that they've included some trans orange, as in the little fans and the little boxes. It just is a really cool color in my trans neon orange.
Blue
actually.
and
And I think
orange,
there's something chrome in here, like knives.
There's chrome
or something.
crystals.
There's always
The
something
crystals,
cool like that. The crystal, and then a
Nice.
black octopus.
Yep,
Which is
and
really cool.
does it have the scoop bucket that's
So
trans blue?
honestly, that's one of my favorite
That's
things
cool.
about it is that scoop bucket. It's a fun function, and you like you just said, it's trans blue. So they threw a lot of really cool trans blue pieces, and trans blue is one of my favorite colors. So
Mhm.
I like it a lot. And then it comes with
Great set.
the red and green bush.
Yeah,
which
hey,
is cool.
now it makes sense.
Classic combo.
Yeah. Well, see, it's actually on something.
You're right. It's on a base
Most
plate.
of the
yeah.
other vehicle, if it didn't have a base plate, they usually were not.
Yeah, and that's another cool thing. This is not just one raised base plate; it has two,
It's a
and
big
it looks
set.
really cool together. And it's a great build. It's only 480 parts, but it looks like a heck of a ton more. It's just it's a big old set. So this goes for like 600 sealed now, compared to the retail of 90.
Yeah.
So
The
you
big
know,
doors did only come in trans dark blue.
wow,
Okay, good to know.
So that's exclusive to this set, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really like this set a lot. I would pick this up if it was $90.
Yeah. This is a light green from me. The reason being is
There were also those.
the old
that's what I was
the old school fan doesn't like the big
Yeah.
pieces because they're taking away from the small pieces. But that's the only thing. I like the big pieces,
Big
and I think
I
they're
do
good.
now,
So,
yeah. I like them all
I like the
more now.
weird. I like the phenomenal, and this is that. So.
Well, now people use those larger pieces in builds that are larger scale
Exactly.
to make bigger cockpits for, humongous spaceships and things. You don't really have a lot of parts to choose from if you want to build something that size.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. What do you rank that one, Daniel? What's your feel?
This is an easy green
Yeah.
for me. This is an easy green. Yep.
Yep.
I almost picked this one as well. There's a really cool kind of conveyor belt feature in this. I don't know if you talked about that one.
I remember there being stuff.
You
in
could
this
take
that
that
was
claw
cool.
and drop it, and then you could sort them by going either left or right with it, and they would either go into the base in
Yeah.
a little collection pen or off to the right
I
side.
just
there
remember
was
there being
else.
something really cool. You
I always
could do
like
with
conveyor
this.
belts. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool.
Function in a set is really fun.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you guys ready to go back down to the Phantom
Final
Zone?
round. Final round. Yeah, we're gonna tie a rope around your waist so we can pull you back out.
We're gonna go back down in the diving bell for this
Daniel,
one.
are you hungry? You want
Yeah, just go get some lunch.
Let's go get food while he does this.
All right, hey, hear me out on this one, okay? This is by far the weirdest set that I have to pick, but I think that there are some really cool elements here. This set is set number 5960, the Mermaid Castle. And this is a really wacky set from 2005.
Yeah. What theme is this, Mark?
It's Belleville.
Yeah,
And, it's a Belleville set, and it has 229 pieces. It originally retailed for $70, which seems like a pretty good deal. Now,
Not for 229 parts.
well, now it's $200 if you want to get a good one. So,
you want to get a good one.
yeah. So if you want to get one that's complete, maybe
You
with a
and
box.
5 other people.
Exactly, and so
$70.
That's horrific.
you won't really know what this set is unless you've gone through the tours
kinda
at
big.
Denmark in the Lego house. They have this one on display as an
Oh, I'm sure they
representative
always do, yeah.
of the Belleville theme.
It was one of the wackiest. Stuff.
This has so many set exclusive pieces. It's kind of hard to count. I think it's like a dozen or more.
I believe it.
You
There's
have
some
you have
wacky parts
colors
in
that no longer exist or barely existed at
Yeah,
all.
what did we see?
Light lime,
lime,
sky
yeah.
blue, trans bright green, and so many
Chrome pink
chrome pink and blue.
and blue.
Wow.
Yeah, so chrome colors you would never see again under any circumstances. Yeah, it has
I don't know.
gigantic transparent
Just
seahorses. That's the base of which is a 2x4.
Yeah, that was that humongous.
Yeah.
I do
crazy
love the
seahorse.
aqua color.
Regular aqua, yeah, not
Yeah.
light aqua.
Aqua color that's not seen again. You have fabric mermaid tails for the Belleville figures.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these crab and crystals and gems.
That's great.
You have these huge panels in trans
yeah.
light blue and trans, what
Light
was it,
yellow.
purple or pink?
Chrome blue crown is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have transparent fish in pink and orange. You have just almost every piece is not only a weird mold, but also a extremely rare
lime.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
These are-
insane.
These are
Joe's
wild.
blowing his mind over
I'm
there.
just going, I'm going through all the colors, and this is wild.
So the set is not necessarily our forte with the kind of it's for girls, it's
That's a
feminine,
cool piece.
but this is something that Lego did as like this is insane. From a production standpoint and a color and mold standpoint, and they will never do a set that's
Oh,
wild
gosh,
again,
no.
ever again.
No.
And so for that reason, this is a bold set, and I just love it. And I'm keeping my eye on the Bricklink listings because I really want this in my collection, just to say I've got the Belleville Mermaid Castle.
You could just part it out, Mark.
Oh, I have my Belleville set saved aside separately.
Can you give us a clean read on that line there one more time? Just for
the bold
purposes.
Oh.
No, your how you would love to have this set.
I would love to have the Mermaid Castle set.
Oh, okay.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
Yes. Hey,
He said it more whimsically the first time. He said, "I would love the mermaid."
I would love to have.
So
the Mermaid.
excited to get
No,
this.
I love this set. Hey, this is a fantastic set, guys. You guys are anyway. I can't wait for you guys to dive into this
You're
one.
first, Daniel.
But yeah,
I would be so happy
You
to
both
see
do.
you get this set. Mark, let me put it that way. I would not be caught dead buying this set.
I'm not caught dead. What if somebody gave it to you?
Either in 2005 or nowadays.
I know exactly what I'd
If
do
I
if someone
found-
gave
okay,
it to me, Mark.
if
I'd
I
sell
found-
it to you.
If I
Yes.
found this at a yard sale for, let's see, retail price was $70. If I found this at a garage sale
For $10.
$40.
for $40, I would buy it.
To sell it to you.
That's
Yeah.
well, no, I had to keep for the pieces.
That's true. The parts are.
If I
the
bought
only
it and he
redeeming
did
quality.
not have one, I would sell it to him at the same cost.
No, thank you.
'Cause
I
we're
would
nice to each
definitely
other.
charge
We're
you
nice to
myself.
each
I've
other
done
like
stuff
that.
like that for you. So
We're
I
nice
would-
to each other like
I
that.
would charge you 80.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd buy it for
$80.
As far as best underwater sets go, it's
Nope.
cool for the parts. It is not a good set. It is big chunky pieces. It is not a good set. I will give it a orange.
Okay,
I'll give it
okay.
an
It's not
orange.
red. Okay. What do you think, Joe? How are you feeling about?
Yeah, the parts are cool, but I can't. It's a red. It is.
Oh, no.
It is.
Joe harsher than Dave.
This
and
is
it-
the worst. set
I
ever.
hate those minifigures.
Well,
Those
yeah.
mini
Mini-
figures.
yeah,
They're
if you
cursed,
could
I
call
know.
them that.
They're
Like, yeah.
so horrifying, and I'm not judging the parts in the set. I'm judging the set.
Judging it as
and
a
the
set.
set
Okay.
is a red.
Oh,
It's horrifying.
breaking my heart here, guys.
It's okay,
The
Mommy.
mermaids will never
Joe's more
forget.
insecure.
I can't follow.
Joe's more insecure in his masculinity than I am.
Oh, you
I hate
guys.
those figures.
One
so
day,
much.
I'm gonna get the Mermaid Castle. I'm gonna bring it in here. We're gonna do a whole review on it. I'm
No,
gonna make you
you're
guys
gonna
sit
do
down
it.
and look
we're,
at it.
We're gonna be standing outside the window, and you're gonna be in here playing with your dolls,
Ugh.
and we're gonna be eating popcorn.
Oh man. Well, yeah.
Gosh.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for your honest opinions on that set.
As always,
I'm hoping there's someone in the comments that is feeling my vibe and will back me up on this one. That this
I
is a
like
cool
your
set.
choices. Your choices were clever and unique, but I gotta rate them as sets.
I rate it how I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys are being honest. I appreciate it. What's
All
your
right,
next?
I'm gonna wrap it up on one
piece here?
that I hope that we can all agree on. This is set from 2011. This is 7985, the city of Atlantis. So
Okay.
this was from the third wave of Atlantis. They did two waves where they had the
Green,
trans bright
yeah.
green visors, and then they switched to the trans yellow for some reason.
I like that they switched.
But this was the closest thing we've ever gotten. I
Mhm.
think you would agree to any kind of like Greco-Roman
Uh-huh.
architecture
Oh, yeah.
here with this temple, albeit sunken underwater
Yeah.
and covered with algae
Seaweed,
and kelp
yeah.
and whatever. But some great minifigures in this set. You got the before we'd had. Well, I'll let you talk about it. But this was the one that came with the emperor
Statue of
Atlantis?
Poseidon, I
Statue of
believe.
Poseidon, is that what he's supposed to be? Yeah, it was like all gold. He had the kind of beard print, and he had, I think, was it the same armor from the previous waves?
He might have had the shoulder armor, yeah, or
I think he
might
had
not
the
have.
same shoulder armor, but maybe a
But
different-
gold torso and arms, pretty
different
awesome.
helmet. Yeah, fantastic figure. Some fun play features as well, as always with the. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, he's got the shoulder armor, but I think it was a different helmet. Yeah,
I think so.
the Portal Guardian had a different helmet.
Yeah,
in
it's
that
different.
cool, like kind of speckled black, gold
It's
color.
super
Go back to
cool.
the set picture. Yeah. Okay. So it had the same kind of stone plinth piece that you could actually put the Atlantis
Yeah.
keys. What are
The
they called?
big discs.
Yeah,
Big
I
discs.
think
I
they
don't
were-
remember what they called.
They
them.
were called. Man,
They're
what-
keys.
Maybe
They're
it's
keys to
or
Atlantis.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had that in I think the biggest set from each of the three waves, because the biggest set from the first wave was the one with the squid,
Mm-hmm.
and that had you could put the key in and turn it and it would open the gates.
Mhm.
And then there's the portal one, and then there was this one. So I think it was a neat play feature. It was a cool feature where you didn't necessarily have to collect all the keys to do it,
key,
but it was a cool thing.
Atlantis treasure
play
key
feature.
is what they
treasure
call it.
key is what they're called. Yeah. So you get the temple, and then you get a good guy vehicle and a
Monster.
bad guy monster,
Yeah.
and you get 2 bad guy monster
Which are
minifigures as
awesome
well.
figures.
You get the sort of, I guess he's like a barracuda looking one.
Is that the one with the big
And the
crab,
crab.
pinchers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
crab
sick.
pictures,
Yeah.
who also came
Let's
in the
see.
magnet set. I
Yeah,
think.
Barracuda Guardian.
Barracuda, yep. And then 2
Lobster
good guys
Guardian.
are, they're fine.
But the Lobster Guardian
Lobster,
is awesome.
yeah.
Lobster and Barracuda, those guys are sick.
Sweet. Yep. So you get the it was a very well balanced set. You had the neutral scene, good guy vehicle, bad guy creature, 2 bad guy
Yeah.
minifigures, 2 good guy minifigures, and then again the neutral the
Statue
statue
of
of Poseidon as kind of a neutral one. So very well balanced. And this one did have the special purple key that just sort of had the
I
triangle.
know, and I love the purple. I love
Yeah.
trans purple. It's a
Really
great color.
Yeah.
So,
it's Greco-Roman. That's great.
That was right. If you wanted to pick that up retail, it was $70. If you want one
Oh,
new
man.
now, it's I know, right? So cheap. At least $250 if you want a new copy, even $150 if you want a used one. So
Yeah.
crazy
It's a
stuff.
lot of it's
Yeah.
those figures because they're really collectible. All of them, honestly. Maybe not the Atlantis divers are a little more common, but the
Yeah.
the statue that comes alive and becomes the figure is pretty cool. Yeah. Greco-Roman green. I've collected probably over a dozen of that figure over the years because he's not cheap.
I'm sure.
He's been $20 or $30 for years. At least he's
Wow.
probably more than that now. But yeah.
The
Anyway.
statue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The helmet alone is probably worth that now. But yeah.
Was it exclusive to him, or did they
That
release it on
color.
like a CMF or something?
That color was
That
because
color
there was a
was-
red trim or
Yeah.
print on the crest for the Spartan
Okay,
figure,
that's
which is from
pretty-
series
yeah,
1 or
gotcha.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was actually the unprinted.
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. What's your rate on that, Joe?
Definitely agreeing. I almost had this. I actually did. I scribbled it out. It was on my list.
You switched gears.
I switched it with Daniel because I'm going to follow it up with
Well,
another.
did you give your
Atlantis
rating?
set.
I did green.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Definitely
Give me
green,
yours.
but I'll follow it up with the next set, which is I think this is cooler than the City of Atlantis. It's the Portal of Atlantis.
The way to
That's
get
why I
there.
tried not to talk about this one too
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
just to
exactly.
under-
Yeah, so this is from Wave 2, so it's like the finale
leading
of,
up to
of,
it, yeah.
of the second one. This one is really cool, in my opinion. I remember seeing one we had like as is, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it, and then it sold. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
But it's got the really cool portal on top, which is like, I mean, that's the main thing you see, but it's like a shark-looking thing. It's got the big old shark mouth in the front. It's got the 2 shark kind of, I wouldn't say statues, but they kind of are just
Yeah.
statues
they
of
are.
sharks, which is not something you would think of. But
You could probably pull them off of there. But
yeah, but they look really cool. It's a great looking scene with the whole gate thing. You've got this, what's he called? The something emperor. We just said it.
Portal
Emperor. Yeah.
Portal
But
Guardian,
Yeah.
Portal Emperor. Yeah.
It's
Guardian,
he's Emperor, Portal Emperor. He's got that sand green body and that creepy looking face.
I actually like him as a minifigure better than the
I
Poseidon statue.
agree. I think
He's
a
more
better looking
specific. He's
minifigure.
cool.
He's got the same same armor piece,
Mhm.
different helmet, and he just looks really, really cool.
The helmet on him is really sick.
You get 3 good guys, but no vehicles, so they're just going in there, and they probably
They're on their own, yeah.
they're not gonna make it. But these are 2 of my favorite of the creatures. You get the shark guy, which is really cool.
He's good.
Yeah.
But I really like the octopus guy. Those are really cool. I like that a lot.
The dark red squid looking thing.
It just is cool.
Yeah.
I think he's the coolest of all of those. So the minifigs you got were great. The set is really cool.
The opening portal's fun too.
Yeah, because you get all the 4 keys to unlock the portal, so you can just do the little twist, and they all go whoosh, which
Yeah.
they reused that same thing.
They stole it.
For
and put it in
elves.
elves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something that you can tell is cool if they redid it. So.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind in this instance, and they gave you all the keys in the set that you needed
Yeah.
to do it. It easily could have been a, hey, go buy all the other sets to get all the keys you need
Which
to open the
is
portal.
what they do now.
I
Yeah.
think the elves one also had all the keys that you needed.
Yeah, so I
to
think
do
that's
it.
really cool that they included them all in
Yeah.
there because
Mhm.
they're really cool. I think those discs are one of the best of those collectible
yeah.
things
Yeah.
throughout sets.
Another one, the Monster Fighters
Yeah,
castle
yeah.
that had all the moonstones
Yep.
in the what was that thing even supposed to be? What was he going to harvest the power of the moon
I
to
think
take
something
over the
like
world
that.
or
That's what
something?
the vampire was trying to collect them all to
very
take over.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Maybe to turn it to perpetually night.
Yeah.
I don't know the Monster Fighters lore.
I don't either.
You need to get Garrett or Randy in here.
Randy,
Yeah.
So this was $100 retail, which isn't too bad. I mean, it was 959 parts.
It's a big set.
It's
Yeah.
about right. It's a big set of the wave. It was like the finale set.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's only like doubled in price, which isn't horrible. So if you're buying it new sealed, you can get it from around 200 used.
So not
probably,
terrible,
probably
but
150, even less, depending on if you just want the set or the minifigs. I think we sold the as is one for like $60.
Yeah.
And that was a good deal. I almost bought it. So a great set in my opinion. Best Atlantis set.
Now, you didn't bring up one of the best minifigures.
The skeleton?
Mark might know what I'm talking
because
about.
it's the
The
skeleton with the
skeleton
helmet.
has the Aqua Raiders helmet on.
which is
Oh yeah.
which is
great
really
reference.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep, no.
fantastic. And this was, I don't know how many years later, so I don't...
This was
I don't
2010.
think it's
so
like they had...
That's
years
only
later.
3 years.
Okay, so it could be. I was going to say, I'm not sure if they had, just a bin left over of all these printed Aqua Raiders helmets, or if they had to actually do a new run of it.
I don't know, but I think that's
That's a
really
clever
cool.
Lego design.
Very,
I
very
agree.
clever.
Yeah.
Because these were relatively close in time period, so to do a nod to a previous...
The Aqua Raiders didn't
theme.
make it.
Quite
Yeah.
literally is a skeleton, it's
No.
like, oh, this old dead theme.
Yeah, the Aqua Raiders tried to get through this portal, but
Yep. Didn't quite make it. They got
unfortunate.
easily bested by the
Shark
the
and
villains.
Squid dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you rank this one first, Daniel. What's your ranking on this one?
This is a green
Oh,
for
easily,
me.
yeah.
I probably would have gotten one. I think it was probably too expensive for me at the time, which is why
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I think the set was a little more like sprawling than it needed to be. Like all of the coolest parts of the set are kind of just what's right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it's just got these big sections of wall and gates and these towers on the side
I think
that
looks
aren't
great.
They look great, but I don't think they were really necessary. I think they easily could have done this in the scale of the biggest set from the first wave, which was the one with the big squid that
The
was
gate.
kind of perched
Yeah.
on top
Yeah.
of the smaller gate. But it does make it more imposing and cool, but I don't think that extra volume really added anything significantly cool other than giving it substance. But
Yeah.
I'm still going to give this one a green. It's so iconic.
Yeah. This is a green for me too. I would love to be able to say it's a yellow, but it's a green because you got that awesome portal function. The figures are awesome. Yeah, it's just a great set. I think you do have that valid criticism there, Daniel. It could be a little condensed, but I mean they're trying to go for a big set.
It's the
You know,
big
it's a
set.
$100 set.
It's
Yeah,
the
so
big set of the wave. And that's what
The point was
It's
to be
just-
big.
Yeah,
so.
well, with it being... I'm saying with it being symmetrical and there just not really being any play features in those areas, they
Yeah.
just feel like kind of dead space. To
It's
me.
an extra wall
Fair
panel
enough.
you don't
Yeah.
need, but yeah. Anyway, great set, Joe, and that's gonna round us out,
Wrap it
right?
up.
Yeah, we're out of sets to talk about. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this deep dive into underwater sets. This has been a lot of fun. I realize I have different tastes than you guys, and that's okay. We can still be friends. And I hope the comments will back me up, or maybe the comments will join in the dog pile of dumping on Mark. But no, it's this has been good, and yeah, we'll be back with more crazy videos like this. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Get you on the floppity flip with the fish. Okay, no,
Watch out for
Wait, grab that underwater set. That's a good underwater
Watch out
set.
for your
Bonus content.
bonus after
look,
the
look at
closing.
this.
There you go.
flippity flop.
That
So this
should
is-
That's
count.
a shark.
This is Steven's
This
former
is an
set.
honorable mention.
I've been jealous of Steven's former set for a while, but this is the shark.
I
set.
definitely
yeah,
think
wait,
the shark skin is what you go with.
It looks sick.
The shark is
So-
cool. The
All right.
koi is more artsy, but
We're done here, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye-bye.